Hello, happy Saturday. So, what are we going to do today? I'll tell you. I have my bowl, each week I try something different. This week, we're again trying something different. I have my 5 pounds of ground beef and 2 pounds of pork, ground pork. So we got 7 pounds of meat. What I'm thinking about is this past week, I told you that I was using those pre-patted out hamburger patties, and I was cooking them in the evening and taking them to work with me. So what I'm thinking about this week, I'm not going to add a bunch of stuff to this. I'm not going to add pork rinds or eggs or anything. So I've just kind of let everything defrost, and I've kind of used this little hamburger masher thing or potato masher. I really don't know what this is, but I have 2 of them because I love them. And so I've kind of gone through and kind of helped mix things together a little bit. Anyway, so what I'm thinking is I'm going to turn this on, and then I'm going to zero it. And I'm going to do, what am I going to do here, Terry? I think I'm going to do for each day, I'm going to do 2 8-ounce patties. And that'll be my lunches. And then, I'm going to, with what's left over, oh my stars, 7.9. Oh my goodness. 8, there we go. I'm going to do 2 8-ounce patties for each day. And then, wait, that's half a pound. And then, with what's left over, I'm going to divide that up into 5. However much it is, I'll divide it into 5, and I'm going to make that my breakfast. I really did enjoy this week having a hamburger patty at breakfast time. I am hungry in the mornings, but not very, very first thing, like today's Saturday, and I was hungry, but I just wasn't in the mood to eat something right away. So, let's get this as far up. There we go. So if I make, if I make 10 of these, come on. Ooh, that's a piece of cooked. Okay, well, that's 7.9. That's close enough. So I'll make 10 of these, and then, like I said, with what's left over, I will make, I'll make 5 patties, and then that will be my breakfast for the week. Now, last week, I think I fried these, and I was going to YouTube about how to bake hamburgers, but I got busy and sidetracked and forgot about it, so that didn't happen. Well, how you doing? Are y'all staying safe? Yesterday, it's so interesting how fast the numbers change. So I was looking at our governor's webpage, or his Facebook page this morning, and this one's not round, it's a little catawampus. I want it to fit right here. Yay, aha, it worked. There we go. There. So our governor's page, yesterday morning, it was 40-something cases of the COVID-19. And then yesterday, that was, I think, at like I don't know. It was like at 6 in the morning, maybe 7 in the morning, something like that. And then 5, let's see. Oh, it was, I don't know. Anyway, and 5, it was 43, 48, 40 something cases. And then 5 hours after he posted that, it was 73 cases. So Missouri has 73 cases right now of the COVID. It hasn't really truly impacted my work. Like my job, I work at a community mental health center, and so we have caseworkers and doctors and therapists and nurses and all kinds of stuff, but we are considered a healthcare clinic. So even though we don't provide, we don't have medical doctors on staff providing medical care, we still are considered a health care clinic. So it's very unlikely that we will not close our doors. Like our caseworkers, they might be changing to calling their clients, and the nurses on my team may change to calling people. But at this time, it's not to the point of us not showing up, because their expectation is that if you come to work, you don't have any signs or symptoms. And they're recommending, if you don't have signs and symptoms, then you don't need to get the testing. So anyway, so where I work, we're still hanging in there and still coming to work and still providing services for those who need it. And so I am still making up my meals for the week. My lunches for the week. Not my meals. In the town I live in, let's see, that's 6. In the town I live in, we have a local meat, what do you call those places? Like a slaughterhouse, a processing place for meat. People take their cattle, I guess lamb, I don't know what all, pigs, they take them there, and the place processes them. Well, they also in the front have a storefront. So while things are thin at the grocery stores, they're not thin at that place. So I was able to call, and this week I was able to call, and I'm still eating ground beef from that cow that I bought. So I still haven't had to buy any ground beef yet. I think I counted them last week. I don't remember what was left, but anyway, I still have like 15 left, so that's a good 3 weeks of ground beef that I have left. So anyway, so instead of having to hope and worry about our does the grocery store have meat, I called that slaughterhouse, and I'm like, hey, well, how are you guys doing, and what are you doing? And they're like, well, we're you can call in an order and tell us what you want, and they said we'll get it and we'll bring it out when you get here. So it's kind of out in the country, so I drove out, and I put in an order. It was 25 pounds of ribeye. It's definitely more than I typically buy, but with things so weird, I wasn't sure. I gave myself a loan, and because payday's Monday, so I'll put that money back in my savings account. But but now I know I'll have plenty of meat, because you know when you only eat meat, you got to get your meat. And if you eat something, wait, 3, 6, 9, so one more. So when you're only eating meat, you got to make sure you get your meat in. And so I definitely, I can't let myself run out of meat. Now, I did read because I'm a member of a group called Zeroing In on Health. It's a Facebook page, and they're about the zero carb, carnivore, animal lifestyle. You know, more than just animal based. They just eat animal products, and that's it. Or that's what they promote. I'm sure there's the occasional member who eats other things, but what they talk about and what we promote is animal-based food. Okay, so 4, 3, 6, 9, 10. So now this, I'm going to weigh what's left and divide it by 5. Let's see here. Okay, you get in there. You get in there. Got some. I've accidentally shot some back in the back there. Let's see. I'm going to have to pick up more gloves, and that's like, can't get these anywhere. Okay, so 113, I guess ounces maybe? No. Let me see what happens. 1 pound. It says 113.9. That doesn't make any sense. 1.5. 1.9. I think it's 2 something. Well, alright. Well, that's not working. That didn't work out as planned. So I'm just going to take a little thing and see if I can make 5 balls the same. 5 ounces. 5 ounces. Oops, 7 ounces. 6 ounces. 5 ounces. Well, 5.5. No. 7. Let's see if I can get it down. I'll put a little in that one. And a little with that one, maybe there. All right, good enough. Good enough. So now, I gotta do something with these little balls. All right. So now I'm gonna have these 5 little burgers that I'll have for breakfast in the mornings. Okay. 1. I gotta learn to quit saying the letters O and K together really fast, because they all hear me and they think something exciting is going down, because that's the sound, that's the word I say whenever I give them something or we do something or whatever. So I gotta quit announcing that so loud. I can say them separate, like O and K. I think I could say them separate like that. We'll see if anybody comes running. Nope, nobody came running. Oh, and if you're an allergy sufferer during this time, everybody's giving you the look. Man, I've had the look so many times from coworkers because, you know, I mean, I have drainage all the time right now, and everybody's looking at me like, "Are you coughing? You got the COVID?" Like, no, I don't have the COVID. I haven't been anywhere. I haven't been exposed to anybody but the people I work with. So, and I'm typically in an office. So, all right, that is the end of that. I'm gonna put this little dropper there, and I'm gonna wipe this thing down because I got some meat on it. And where am I gonna put it? I don't know, but I want to wipe this off now too because I got meat out here too. These are just the handiest little things, although they're, I guess, hard to get now. People are having trouble getting a hold of things that they need, so it's a weird world right now, and everybody's going into survival and panic mode. Whoa, that dropped you. Sorry about that. So everybody's going into their, they've watched zombie apocalypse mode, and now they know what they need to do, and everybody's trying to do it. So I'm going to use Big Mama, this big old Bertha. It's a big cast iron skillet. It's longer than your forearm. I don't know how big she is, maybe about 15 inches. I don't know. Let me lunchbox back there. I'm gonna clean this pot to move, you guys. There's my car key, parchment paper holder, and what else? What else? There we go. Let's get you. Usually, probably the proper thing would be to push pause, but since when am I the proper person? We all know that I'm not the bestest, mostest proper person in the world. So I'll heat this bad boy up, get it heated up. I always put my oven on medium. It's just middle of the road is where I put it. And I bought this gourmet duck fat, and that's what I'm going to use inside here. It's what I've been frying stuff in this week for whatever reason. Ingredients: duck fat, and natural flavoring. I don't know what natural flavoring is. That probably is very open to interpretation, but I'm going to let my skillet heat up, and then I'll check back in with y'all. All right, we're putting them in there in the skillet. I'm doing the smaller breakfast ones first. Let's see how many I can get in here. I think only 4 of these little ones. And that's all right. So, I know there's all kinds of theories and advice and opinions about salt. And do you add salt? Do you not salt? Do you do lots of salt? Do you do a little salt? But so I'm going to leave that up to you and just tell you what I'm doing. I don't add salt to water, and I don't add salt to, just, there's people that take salt capsules, and that's too much. I try to be a little more on the minimal side. So I bought some fine, all natural Himalayan pink salt. Not saying that's what people should use, but I've got that, and I still have my Redmond's real salt from Ancient Fine Sea Salt. I got both of them. But anyway, I'm going to put a little salt on my burgers. I got to have something. I guess I'm in the middle of 5 months. Let's see, October, so November, December, January, February, March. Yeah, I'm in the middle of my 5th month. So I'm still trying to get everything perfect or adapted flavor-wise and whatnot. So I'm still using some seasoning. So yeah. And I'm still using my plastic container, 2, 3, 4, 5. So as they get done, I'll put them in these. And watch out, Sammy. Watch out, Bubby. So, let's see, I need 5 lids. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this, I'll differentiate them from my breakfast, because in the breakfast I'll put in my oblong containers, and I'll need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, I mean my lunches. So my breakfast, it'll just be one of these, and I'll put them in this container, and my lunch will be 2, so I'll put them in this container. So, and then supper is usually about 1 pound of ribeyes. Ribeye or sirloin or whatever, those chuck roasts that I did last week that I cut up. Got these, this is a ribeye. This one's 1.73 pounds. So it'll be one meal plus some extra that I could maybe heat up and take for breakfast the next day, or who knows what. But yeah. So, and I didn't set my timer. I don't do a thermometer on burgers. So anyway, I don't know, you all don't really need to see how to fry a hamburger, but I guess for the first set I could make sure I show you. I'm going to check them. I'm going to flip them. Oh boy, they look pretty. They're looking pretty. Definitely needs a lot longer. They come up real nice. Not sticking. Oh, stellar. I'll go on and put a little more salt on this side of them. And this is real fine salt, so I'm not using a lot. Anyway, I'm probably going to cover them a little bit to make sure the insides get done, since they're thick burgers. So, yeah, so I'm going to fry them. I'll get them all done, and then I'll show you what I'm looking at when we're all done. So that way you don't have to watch this part. I always tell you that all the time. And then I always keep talking, and then you always got to listen to a lot more. But anyway, yeah, so I'm going to work on this. So if you're somebody who can tolerate dairy, if you want to drain out some of the grease, some of that oil, inside there's still like, hang on, like meat. See that meat on the end of that? There's like, kind of like dried up fatty stuff. If you can tolerate dairy, that might be a great kind of gravy type substance you could make and pour over your burgers if you wanted to. In the meantime, I've got this old peanuts container, and I've been trying to remember and work hard on. I keep it in the freezer so it doesn't melt when I put the grease in it. Thing's so heavy. Oh yeah, it's so heavy. But anyway, so then I put the leftover grease in here, put the lid on it, and back into the freezer it goes. I don't have a lot of grease lately since I've been frying in that duck fat. But hang on, let me show you what we got. So we've got the 5 burgers, breakfast burgers. Got some butter cut in half, ready to go. And then we have the 10 regular burgers. Maybe I can do a picture like that maybe. Or do a screenshot like that. So these are the doubles, and that'll be my lunches. And those in the back are my breakfast. And butter, because sometimes burgers are a little dry, and so I do take some butter with me to work. And so this is my lunches and breakfast for the next 5 days. So there you go. There's my food prep this week.